Hey Aries, how are you guys doing today? It's Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot, and I'm here to do your February 2020 reading. It's a general reading. I am an intuitive reader, so it's usually what after I channel your energy, and it'll come out to what it comes out as it comes out. I know that all the cards have different meanings, and I understand that. And I do usually get the proper meaning, but if it's saying something else, it's going to come out like something else. So don't get offended if it's not something that you've ever heard of or, just see. But it's usually how it connects in the spread is how I'll feel it and how I'll read it. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving out the reading. Let's see what else. That's all. If you do enjoy the reading, or if you like it, can you give me a thumbs up, a share, a subscribe? That would be awesome. And hopefully we'll get a good message here today. Okay, I did already meditate and I already shuffled up the cards. I just wanted to mix them up a little bit more. And then we will get started. Hold on one second for me. All right, here is the bottom of the deck. All right, this is the energy that you have for, it's encompassing the whole spread. So you're feeling kind of stuck. It's not a position that you can't get out of, but it is something that you might be leaving yourself in. It's almost like a victimization feeling where you're maybe a little bit of a martyr sometimes. I don't know if it's in work, I don't know if it's at home, but it's somewhere encompassing this spread. So it's just something that you might be aware of, you might not be aware of it, that you're stuck in a situation that you can get out of and you just don't know it. Okay, so let me just get out the first layer of cards, and then I'll talk on them, and then we'll get out the other ones, okay? Hold on one second. Aries, February 2020, Aries, February 2020. Okay, Three of Cups, the Devil, the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Star symbol, the Strength, and the Moon. All right, let's see what we got for a start. All right, first is the Three of Cups. Now this is celebration. This is community, friends. So it looks like you're having a good time. You're enjoying the people that you're around. They make you feel happy. You make them feel happy. It's all looking good. Then right next to that you have the sign of the Devil, or the card of the Devil. Now this actually feels a little bit like that self-stuckness of the original card, because these bonds that you're in that are related to the Devil, this can, like the hands aren't tied, the feet aren't tied, they can get out of this, but if this is your energy, you're choosing not to get out of a situation that's making you feel that you wish you could get out of, but you don't. Now, I don't know if this is a form of addiction. I don't know if this is like something that it's unseemly, but and it could be really anything. I mean, it could be alcohol, drugs, it could be gambling, eating, shopping, it could be anything, or it could just be a feeling of, maybe you're putting out a feeling of, I don't know, ego is just popping in, putting out a feeling of ego, and just not feeling very, I don't know, heartfelt or sincere in your personal life. It could be your work life, but there's definitely a bondage happening that you, again, like with this being the stuck card, you could get out of it, but for whatever reason you're choosing not to. And then we got the Queen of Cups. Now she's in reverse. Now, when she's in the upright, she's full of love and everybody loves her. She loves everybody, and as long as she's being treated right, she will treat everybody else just as right. But when she's in the reverse, she's over emotional. She's a little crabby, maybe a little clawing, a little clingy, smothering. Now I don't know if this is you or this is somebody else. Possibly somebody in your environment. And right next to that is the star energy. Now this star is, this is like rejuvenation. This is joy. This is security. It's balance. See how she's pouring the water out of the two jugs. She's putting one in the water and one in the land. She's trying to balance out. What comes from the land goes into the water and vice versa. It is the sign of Aquarius, so I don't know if there's an Aquarius in your mix somewhere. But it's a very securing energy. And right next to that was the strength. And this is the sign of Leo, so that could be a Leo in your... And now you have, like again, with your sign, it's Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So there could be a Leo around, or you could have a lot of Leo or Aquarius in your chart. But this is like, she's taking on a lot. She's taming this lion. So she's taming whatever's coming into her life with security and I want to say safety, but it's not. Security and firmness and strength without being brass, without being rough. So it's like a smoothness. So I'm thinking when you or that person is like handling difficult situations, it's more like using soft words, doing things a lot more subtle than what you would think this action would make happen. So the action is more subtle than it depicts on the card. And then there's the moon. Now there's confusion, there's fluctuations, there's not being sure what's going on exactly, or certain situations are not as clear as they would be normally if it was by sunlight. So maybe it's a feeling of don't take actions too quickly until you have the full answer, so you actually know what you're dealing with. All right, let's see what else we can get. Oh, hello. Okay, and that there is a sign of I used too much lotion on my hands. Hold on. All right, Aries. What do you have for Aries? February 20. What do you have for Aries? Okay, we got the Two of Cups. Now this can be a very close friendship. This can be a relationship. Could be a partnership. So it can go in any one of those realms. Maybe we'll find out as the cards go. Okay. It could be like that Three of Cups energy that you had in the beginning. You know, obviously you could have, you know, one of those people could be like your bestest friend. You know, you got like all these friends, but you have your bestest friend. So we'll see from there. Whoa, hello. All right. Now you got the Hierophant. Now he is, first thing, he is a very strong structure, strong energy of balance. He does that whole thing with his fingers. I don't think I could do it with mine, but he has the fingers pointing up and the ones pointing down, and that's like as above as below. So it's like a balance between heaven and earth. But he could also be, he could be a sign of marriage. He's very traditional, he's very ritualistic, he's very spiritual. So if you hear of somebody, like the marriage is coming in, and maybe this Two of Cups is something with somebody that you know is getting married possibly, or if you're broaching out into a spiritual connection somehow, maybe you weren't very religious and maybe you're going to become more traditionally religious, or you might even become more spiritually open. Maybe you're starting to do something, you know, in a spiritual realm. Maybe you're starting to meditate. Maybe you're starting to practice yoga or something in that realm. But it also can be the traditional realm of, you know, some form of religion. All right, what else we got? And it's weird. They came out right below the Devil energy. So it's very possible that this is in your reaction to having this devil energy where you're feeling stuck, but also right below the Queen of Cups where, like I said, she's very smothering and So if it's somebody in your relation, and it's just from, I got this from, I think, the Goldbergs, the smother. So if this is like your mother who's a smotherer, wants you to be more into like church and traditional things like that. But that doesn't have to be just popped in there because I watch that show sometimes. But it could be because of this person. They're pushing you to do more traditional faith type things. But it also could be a marriage too. All right, what else could we get? Oops. Oh. All right, now you have the 3 coins. And this is like business collaboration, collaboration at work, teamwork. This is people seeing you doing a certain type of job, certain type of a, doesn't even have to be a job. It could be a hobby. It could be, just a little crafts product that you do. Whatever it is that you're doing something, not only do they want to be a part of it and maybe help you do it, but they also are admiring the way you're doing it. So they're giving you a lot of collaboration that way. All right, what else we got going on? Okay. Now you have the 6 of Swords, and it came up in the reverse. Now, usually when it's in the upright, this is you moving away from a situation that doesn't fit you anymore. You don't want any parts of it anymore. You're getting out of rough waters. But when it comes up in the reverse, it's almost like you're choosing to stay. So maybe it's a friendship, a relationship, and you're choosing not to walk away from it. Now it comes right below the Strength and the Star. So even though maybe you knew what was going to be involved, it was going to take strength to do it, but you chose not to. Or is it taking strength for you to stay in whatever situation this might have been? Let's see, I am going to put another layer of cards and then I'll do some clarifiers just to see if we could find a little bit more about it. What else do you have for Aries? Tell me about Aries. Okay. All right, the King of Staffs. Now he came up in reverse. Now this is the King of Wands in the traditional. But he is all about being active and restless in it. He can be a born leader. People look to him for direction. They want to follow him because he's very charismatic. But in the reverse, he's a bit impatient. And he might be a little bit bossy. So now I don't know if this has something to do with somebody you're working with or somebody you're dealing with, somebody in your life. And again, it's a fire energy. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be any of them. Honestly, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be a man. But there's somebody in your environment, or if you have become this person, is very restless, very impatient, and very bossy. He's not being the usual person that he would normally be. So something may be flipped over on this person that he decided to go to the other side of his personality. I don't know if he's a boss. I don't know if he's an employee. I don't know if he's one of your coworkers or if it's you. For whatever reason, you decided not to do the moving out of rough waters, and then this energy shows up of this not patient person. So did you, because you stayed, you became that person? It's right under the moon too, so I'm thinking things weren't clear, so you didn't move on. And this is the effect of that? Is that possible? I guess it's possible. Because even though you had the Star and the Strength card there, that you were able to do what you needed to do, you chose not to do it. And so either you're dealing with this King of Staffs in the reverse, or you became this King of Staffs in the reverse. All right, let's see. 6, 5. All right, let's see what else we can get. All right, one more layer of these, and then we'll see if we can do some clarifiers. All right, oops. What else do you have for Aries? I don't know why Leo keeps coming into my head, but I know the card's here, but for some reason Leo's just keeps wanting to come out of my mouth. All right. So I guess it's possible you could be dealing with a Leo that is in your environment or chafing you in some way. All right, what else we got? What else can you tell me for Aries, February 2020? Oops. All right, we got the Nine of Swords. Now this is you. You're feeling a bit of stress. You're feeling a lot of stress. You're frustrated. Maybe you're wishing that there was other choices made. Now this comes out underneath the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. Now is it possible? No, it doesn't feel like a love relationship. It doesn't. But some situation, maybe in regard to these people, if you're ones that are getting married, the ones that are pushing for the more traditional aspects, the ones that are, really tight bonded with you. There's some kind of stress being involved in that situation. Let's see what else I can get. Just for Aries. All right, now you have the Queen of Cups, and she is no longer in reverse. If it is the same energy from this Queen of Cups that was in reverse, somehow, someway, this person, if it's the same person, flipped back to being this very strong person of love and generosity and nurturing and caring, motherly. Not necessarily as your mother, but motherly person. Again, it could be you, could be somebody in your environment, that whatever triggered her to flip over, she flipped back, if it's the same person. My eyes keep going back to this devil energy. And it feels like that something was going on with possibly you, possibly somebody else that you know, in this bond relationship, was causing this stress. And then, as the times of frustration and stress were increasing, this queen came out right directly underneath the queen and underneath the Hierophant. It's weird. But she flipped back over. So what occurred with these energies, so maybe it was a close friend, that whatever you were mixed up in, if it was you, don't get mad, but if there was a person, possibly you, mixed up in something they shouldn't have been into, they had a close friend and faith, it caused them stress, but they were able to kind of get out of it. So that struggling feeling that you were feeling in the beginning, when we did the first card under the deck, whatever had to happen here, flipped the queen back into her normal stance. And maybe this collaboration and teamwork was more for that situation, to fix that situation. And then with you not moving away or turning into this, I don't know if it was you. I keep saying it like it's you, but the King of Staffs in reverse, that could have just been the trials of it. Because these don't go like, not week 1, 2, 3. They kind of like they flow into each other. And if it's your story, then you could set it up as how it actually happens for you if it does. It might not, but if it actually does. Let's see what else we can get. Oh, we got the moon again. All right. So now the moon, like as before, there's some delays in things, some fluctuations. It could be strong emotions, up or down. It's not, there's an unknowing to it. You might even be in like some self-deception, like you're deceiving yourself on what situations are. Maybe that's, that comes right between the collaboration and you not moving away from the situation. So is it possible that the self-deception happened between that time where you had these friends that wanted to help you do something, but you weren't taking that help because you thought maybe you could handle it yourself? And that was like a deception on your part that, you know what, you're not alone, you shouldn't be alone. So if you do have people that were helping you out or are willing to help you out, you should take the advice, you should take the help. I mean, honestly, you're loved. Whatever the situation is, you are loved, and they want to help you. But if you're feeling like you didn't want their help because you didn't need their help and you could do it all by yourself, I'm not going to go into those clearer waters. I'm going to strike it out on my own and become this angry, bossy, just restless, impatient man or person, woman. Doesn't have to be man or female. Just you become this impatient, restless person because what's going on is not suiting you, and you chose not to take the help of what was being offered and being given, and you move into this energy of being really, really stressed out and losing sleep, and your emotions are a little bit off the charts. But then here comes this Queen of Cups in her upright, and she's nurturing, she's motherly, she's loving. And maybe I am feeling this, like this is the same person, and this person was so not herself. She, doesn't matter, was overdoing it, trying to put this loving energies your way, but it wasn't working. So that person was feeling the stress and trying to smother you, trying to overindulge in making you feel the love because you weren't accepting it, you weren't taking it. And this joy, this star and the strength energies, now these could be people, they could be, like I said, Aquarius, Leo, or just could be like parts of you in your chart or people that you know. And they're offering this and the strength, and you had the strength to do what you needed to do, or there was offerings of joy and balance and rejuvenation. But since it was so unknown to you, you didn't feel like you could accept it. And you didn't, so you kept moving away from it. But the end result was not a very happy you or a person. I keep saying you, I know, please just, flip-flop it. If it might not be you. Just, this is the feelings I'm getting. Because then you ended up really stressed and really sad and, couldn't sleep and having serious issues. But then here comes this Queen Cups again, but in a totally different light. He is loving and nurturing, and they want to help. They want to help again. They want to keep trying to help. They're connected to that Three of Coins energy too, with the cooperation and teamwork and collaboration. Now there's still some unknown, but I think this unknown is more self-deceit. This is you not accepting it based on what you feel like you can do by yourself. I'm sorry. Dibbles! Stop. Excuse my dog. Okay, so then, oh my God. Dibbles! Anyway. Alright, so then, let's see, we got one more card for this. And then we got the Knight of Swords. Now he is a very quick acting energy. He is a messenger of things like more, how do I put it? More intellect and truth and justice. And he's not using a whole lot of emotions. That's not what he does. But he's fast. And sometimes I always think of him as like the Tasmanian devil. Because he goes, ever watch a Tasmanian devil cartoon? He goes into a situation and he goes, and he makes a whirlwind out of things. But the changes that it causes are usually needed. The impact that though this could be a person in your environment, but the impact that they make is a necessary impact. Whatever changes occur from this, it's completely necessary. And it's welcome. At the end of the day, it's welcome. So again, I don't know if this is all you, or this is all somebody you know, somebody you care about, somebody you've heard of, but this is the story. Okay? So hopefully everything will work out for you in February. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you do, give me a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. Write me a comment. I'd love to hear how it works out because I really want things to work out for you. And I will be touching back in with you in March, okay? I hope everything goes well. And have a blessed February. Enjoy. Bye. Take care.